Hello and welcome to our brief tutorial on using Google Slides to find great resources. A lot of us have used Google for a long time, and so we kind of think we know how to search Google, but there are some tips and tricks that we can use that will make our searches much more relevant and a lot faster. So we're not shuffling through a lot of clutter to find the real value of what we're looking for. So let's jump in and take a look. Before we jump into the specifics of specific features, here are just some key points for me to mention. Don't ask questions when you go to Google. That is, don't type in who is the president of Spain. You're putting in a lot of extra words, and those words make a difference in Google's search algorithm. Only include the words that are necessary for the search that you're looking for. Now, some other search engines are set up and designed so that they are more English-based. Google is really an algorithmic search query system. So think of the specific terms that you want to use. Second point there, choose your words carefully. You may find that you're getting some clutter in your search results. So look at your search query and see, is there a more accurate or maybe just a different synonym that I can use for one of my words, and see if that gives me better search results. Word order does matter. Now, it may not be critical, but if you have a lengthy search query, maybe 7-8 words, you may find that the order that you place the word in there makes a difference on where that search result appears in your search results listing. So if it's more critical, then you may want to move that word closer to the front end of your search query. It may not make a difference, but Google says search when you're searching, word order can make a difference. Use quotation marks if needed, and of course, quotation marks would make it an exact phrase. So, for example, I may be searching for cell division. If I don't put that in quotation marks, I may come up with some math results for division, how to do long division. Well, that's not what I'm wanting. So for that, if I was doing a science search, then I may do cell division in quotes. Boolean searches can help. So you might take a look and see which Boolean criteria you can put in there, and, or, near, not, those type of things. All right, now let's take a look at some specific features within Google that can help you get better search results. There may be similar features in other search engines. So once we go through this, you might want to jump over to Bing or Yahoo or your other favorite search engine and see what they have available that's equivalent. So when we just go to Google and search, we get the typical bar there: all news, images, videos, more. Some of those may change the order that we see based on what we're searching for. But if I click on the Tools button on the right-hand side there, you'll notice that I get anytime and any results that appear. So I have some drop-down options here. Now, I don't get a whole lot. I only get 2 options. For the other searches we'll talk about, we have a lot more options that we can choose. For all results, I never use it because if I wanted verbatim, I would have already put quotes in what I'm searching for. So all results, that tool doesn't help me really any. But anytime, I use that quite often. For example, if you're looking for Zoom activities to use with middle school, then I may not be wanting activities for people may have posted for 4 years ago. The tool may have been very different, and or it may be a different tool altogether. When I say Zoom, it may not be the Zoom I'm thinking of. So what I typically do is say, okay, let me make it the closest time I think would be available, and then I'll work backwards and extend that out further in the past. Usually I'll do, hey, is anything in the past week or maybe the past month relevant? If I find some things there, it's fresh. I'm good to go. If I go back maybe the past year or I just do any time, then I might need to take a look, because if I'm looking for a certain tech tool, the tip that they're giving me or the results that they're giving me may include a version that's already deprecated. So if you're searching, I would highly recommend like past week or past month. For example, if I'm searching for Google Classroom tutorials, then I'm going to choose past week or maybe past month and see, hey, what's the most current tutorial I can find on Google Classroom? Because I don't need something that's a tutorial from 3 years ago, because there's more recent stuff. Plus, if a tutorial is 3 years old, some of the places where they're telling me to click, Google may have changed the layout, and so I no longer click there. So I'm looking for more recent information. All right, let's talk about image searches. Here, there's lots of ways that you can get better image results. So when you go search and then click on images, click on that tools button on the far right, and then you'll notice you have a variety of items that are there. We have the time like we did on the web searches, past 24 hours, past week, past month, past year. We don't have a custom search, but we do have a couple of choices. So if we're looking for images that we know are more current, this is great if we're social studies and doing current events, or if we're just trying to make our class more relevant and we're looking for images to pull in that we're going to have our kids write about or do math about, or maybe a science topic. The size, I don't really use a whole lot. The color, I do, especially if I'm trying to get it to coordinate with a theme in my presentation. Black and white search results are going to be better if you're looking for something that needs to be a diagram or some type of chart. Usage rights, taking a look at the different usage rights can make a difference. So if you're going to be using your images outside of the classroom or outside of your teaching, you might want to take a look at that. That would be a good thing. I use type a good bit. So if I'm looking for something that my students are going to be annotating over, or they're going to be diagramming or labeling, I'm going to go to line drawings. If I'm just looking for things that are already labeled, then I may go just to clip art. For some reason, those are typically two different search results. And then a GIF, the GIF there, GIF or GIF, that's going to be typically animated images. So if you're looking for images that move, they're not videos, so we can put them in Google Docs, we can put them in a PowerPoint or a Google slide, and they will be animated, then you might want to search for that. All right, let's go to the next one, and this is video search tools. Now, this assumes we're not already at YouTube or Vimeo. We're just going to Google and searching. Any duration. If you're looking for a tutorial for either your teachers to watch or students to watch, let me encourage you to do short 0 to 4 minutes. If it's a 67-minute tutorial, it's probably way too long unless they are really motivated. Anytime, again, is this tutorial or is this the resource that you're looking for, is it a time-sensitive thing? Have there been updates or new information that could make a difference? If so, then you may be looking for newer videos. Inequality, I rarely mess with that. All videos are closed captions. I rarely mess with that, but you might find that closed caption would be very helpful depending on the audience that you're working with. Any source there, you'll notice, when I searched for Zoom videos for teachers, I think is what I did when I did the screenshot, it gave me some sources that says, hey, here's where we found some videos. So I could limit it to one of these sites. But based on what you search for, your sources will differ than from what I have listed here. So it might be a good thing to, when you're searching for videos and you're not already going to the video repository, whether it's YouTube or Vimeo or whatever, take a look and see what sources seem to be a good fit for your search results. And that may help limit what you're looking for. All right, let's get into some real detailed, nerdy way of searching that can be very, very helpful. I use these a whole lot. So the first way is telling, hey, Google, what kind of site do I want to limit my searches to? Or what kind of site do I want to exclude from my searches? So here it's going to limit my search results. Instead of giving me everything on the web, 3.7 million hits, it's going to give me search results specifically from the site that I give. I can use the minus sign before site, the word site, and that will say, hey, negate or ignore these in my search results. So here are a couple of search queries that we could do. I encourage you to try them out. So if I'm looking for backgrounds, maybe I want Apple backgrounds of wallpaper or something like that, then I can search Apple backgrounds and I get all these different types of websites. But I'm really looking for, Wallpaper Cave seems to be a really good site for wallpapers. So let me just say, hey, Google, limit the search results to wallpapercave.com. And then it's just going to give me search results from that. If I'm searching for grammar, say, for example, an exciting topic, then I may say, hey, let me find only Google sites that are relevant. So are there any teachers that have, maybe English teachers, who have created Google sites specifically on grammar that I can share with my students? And maybe I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Somebody's already done that for me. So that's helpful here. Sometimes when I'm searching for clip art, oh gosh, I get a lot of stock clip art or things that, hey, here's a great clip art, and I typically like it, but they want me to buy it. I don't have any money to buy this stuff. I'm looking for free clip art. So typically that's when I say minus site : 123rf.com, and then I might do space minus site : stockphoto.com or whatever the other sites happen to be. And that will exclude those from my search results. All right, sometimes we're not interested in a particular site, but we're interested in a particular file type, especially if you find that you are now teaching a different content or a different way or something like that. Maybe you're not teaching face-to-face with your students. Now you're going like, ooh, I got to communicate this a different way with my students. File type : and then whatever you put there is going to limit what type of search results you get. So for example, if I'm searching for American Revolution, I could just get everything and anything, but I'm really looking for PowerPoints, then I'm just going to put American Revolution in quotes and then file type : PPT. That'll give me just PowerPoints. Hey. Now remember, search results, if it's on the web, it could still be wacky. So you want to look through it, make sure it's valid and accurate. But somebody may have already created a PowerPoint that you can use that's already well done. So why not find that? Maybe I'm searching for a field trip permission form, but I want a Word doc that I can edit. So I'm going to do file type : DOC. And that'll give me all Word documents. So I can then edit those. Maybe I like their format. Maybe I like some of the verbiage. Maybe they already have it exactly as I want, and I just need to change the name on it to my name and my email address or my school name, things like that. And this last one here, if I'm looking for PDFs, great way of finding tutorials that are not videos. For example, Google Classroom, file type : PDF. Now, this is one that I would click on Tools, that Tools button, and go over and say, anytime, let's go to past week or past month and see if there's any fresh PDFs that have been posted on Google Classroom regarding Google Classroom. So here are 3 ways of doing a file type narrowing. But really, if you know the file type, if you want PNG or you want MP4, you want maybe you want a Photoshop PSD. Just change the file type to whatever you need. All right, here are some additional search tips. And what I did with this is I just typed in Google search tips, and then I changed the time portion of it to say, only give me stuff that's from the past month. I don't need to know stuff that people did in 2013 to search Google, because that's no longer valid, most likely. So this link will just take you to some fresh search results on searching Google. A lot of different ways that people have come up with. And hopefully this will help you. We look forward to hearing what you found. And if you have any more questions, feel free to contact us. My email address is there, bellis@tcea.org, or you can find me on Twitter at Dr. Bruce Ellis. And as always, we want to support you here at TCEA. You can find this video and many other great ones at tcea.org/remote-learning. And if there's any way that we can help you beyond the videos, feel free to contact. We would love to help you with that. All right. Have a great day and do well with your searching.